Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's get this flipped so we can begin our discussion today. Let's move this over a bit. Welcome in, welcome in. We are talking about trust today. It is a topic that I get asked about a lot. How to build it, how to maintain it, how to strengthen it. Merc for hire, welcome. So that is what we are discussing today. And please share out the live. Please tap the screen. Please get your heart means in so we can get pushed out a little bit. No, thank you. Yeah, we are going to talk about what trust is, what it isn't, some tangible things to take away so you can actually begin to increase your level of trust today. So hopefully that will be helpful. When you get in here, please get your heart me's in. Please tap the screen. Hi, honey. Welcome in. I think it might be just you and me. So yeah, I thought we'd talk about trust today. I think it's kind of timely with a lot of things that are happening. I also think that it's a really important skill to have, building trust, maintaining trust, because it is the foundation of our relationships, and it's important to talk about. Hi, Maggie. No, sweet Shauna. How come you're saying no, Maggie? Oh, that you're in here? I'm sending my biggest, warmest, healing hugs today to you, Maggie. I hope that you are feeling human again very soon. Typo. Oh, you can typo away as much as you want. Okay, trust. I think this is one of the most common topics I get asked about. And so I want to make sure it's something that if you are here, you can actually take something away and you use it. I want to provide you with some tangible things to take away today to help you increase the level of trust in your relationship. Thank you for the little corgis. I appreciate that, honey. Hello, not no. Oh, gotcha. Hello to you, Miss Maggie. Hello to you. Thank you for the TikToks, Miss Maggie. I appreciate that. And thank you for the hand hearts, honey. I appreciate that. Win Maggie and win honey in the chat. Okay, what is trust? What is trust? Trust, a lot of people, when you talk about trust, the majority of people like to say, well, it's not being lied to. Thank you for the finger hearts. I appreciate you. True, but that's just a small part. Trust is actually how safe you feel by being fully seen. Thank you for the friendship necklaces, Maggie. I appreciate you. So let me say that again. Trust is not only not being lied to, but it is how you feel, how safe you feel being fully seen. Thank you for the heart me, Maggie. Appreciate you. And thank you for the yeehaw, Rada Cowboy. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. Trust is emotional safety. We talk about that a lot in here, creating a safe space for you and your partner to feel free to be vulnerable. Thank you for the hat and mustaches. I appreciate you. It is predictability over time. That's why consistency is so important. Thank you for the perfume, Maggie. Appreciate you. It is consistency between words and actions. It's saying something and then following through. Thank you for the donuts. Maggie, I found protein donuts at Costco yesterday. I'm not really a donut kind of person, but they're really teeny. So I'm going to try them and then tell you what I think. Well, hello. How are you? Gala, and that's what I'm going to call you. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the kind comments. So we're talking about trust today. It's the foundation of the relationship. It's not just about not being lied to. It's how truly safe you feel in fully being seen. Oklahoma here. Welcome, Oklahoma. Welcome, welcome. So yes, it is that emotional safety. It is that predictability over time. It is that consistency between words and actions. And it is the belief that you won't intentionally hurt me. And if you do, there's going to be some responsibility and accountability there. Having fun working, heading to Houston tonight for a get out. Oh, I've heard he is quite the entertainer. I would love to see him. Versace on the Floor, one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs. He is talented, that guy. Love it. Love it. I hope you have the best time ever. So here's some things that trust is not. Ready? Trust is not blind faith. Trust is not immediate forgiveness. Trust is not control or monitoring your partner. And trust is not just get over it. Not at all. Yours too? Oh my gosh. Like when I even hear like the intro to that song, I'm already melting. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. That gets me to a place. Gala gets me to a place and I love it. Okay. I've talked about this framework before and I'm going to talk about it again because it is so important. Please get your daily heartme's in so we can get pushed out. Because what I want to give you today are some things that you can do today, tomorrow, the next day to increase that level of trust, to strengthen that level of trust, to help maintain that level of trust. Thank you so much for the heart me. And Maggie, thank you for the populars. So when we have that sense of safety, trust increases. When that level of trust increases, Maggie, thank you for the greeting hearts and for the populars and for the budding hearts. When you have that increased sense of trust, you have that willingness to be open. Thank you for the confettis, Maggie. Win Maggie in the chat. When you have that willingness to be open, you have that increased level of vulnerability. Guess what happens to your intimacy? I'm not talking about schmecks. Happy Tuesday, Raphael. I'm not talking about schmecks when I'm talking about intimacy right now. When you have that increased level of vulnerability, when it feels safe to be vulnerable, when it feels like okay to be vulnerable, that level of intimacy increases, that level of connection increases. And when that level of connection increases, thank you, Stephen, for the heart me. When that level of intimacy increases, desire begins to increase as well. Thank you for the popular so much, Jay. Appreciate that. Please get your heart me's in, everybody. And thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for getting those heart me's in because it helps us get pushed out. Again, I think this information is so valuable because we are not taught how to increase trust. We are not taught the importance of trust, the importance of emotional safety, because it does impact our relationship on many, many, many levels, not just outside of the bedroom, but inside of the bedroom too. So safety equals trust, equals openness, equals vulnerability, equals increased intimacy, equals increased desire. If you are looking to increase your libido, if you are looking to support your partner's libido, if you are frustrated with the frequency of times that you get between the sheets with your partner, this is square one. It's not working on, well, if I'm not getting enough time between the sheets with my partner, then I need to express my frustration and let her know, let him know, let them know that I'm angry, and I just think that a lot of people come in hot is what I'm trying to say. And when you come in hot, you bring an invitation for the other person to defend themselves. Hey, Nellie, how are you? We don't want a conversation where defense mechanisms need to come out to protect. We want a conversation that is connecting. So we need to look at what's happening outside of the bedroom because it very much impacts what's happening inside the bedroom. Thank you for the follow, Nellie. Welcome to the fam. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. That was going to be my next thing. Because without emotional safety, the nervous system feels guarded. It stays in fight or flight. That cortisol is released, which completely puts a damper on libido, for sure. It obliterates libido. Without safety, trust cannot grow. Without trust, vulnerability feels very dangerous. And without vulnerability, intimacy cannot deepen. That is why trust impacts everything: communication, sex, connection, and conflict. Carrie, thank you for the heart me. And thank you, Positive Power, for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Thank you, Lincoln, for the follow. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how safe do you feel in your relationship? Question, 1 to 10. 1 meaning you're a little guarded, or actually you'd be a lot guarded at 1, and you don't feel emotionally safe. And 10 is you are completely in a deep, incredible connection because of the safety, the emotional safety that you feel in your relationship. Dan, welcome in. Dan, how are you? Amen. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. 1 to 10. Went from 10 to 3. Jay, don't like that. I hope that this live can help you get from 3 back to 10. Cecile, thank you or Cecil, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Hello, Positive Power. Felix, thank you for the follow. Yeah, 3. Okay, so we've got a few 3s. We've got a few 3s. And being at 3 isn't bad. It isn't good. It's just what it is, right? There's no judgment. There's no, here's the thing. It's like, Taz, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. We need 6 more daily hearts. Cecil's at a 7. That is, let's connect and grow friends. Love it. Here's the thing. When you come up with this number and throw it in the chat, it's a feeling, right? That's coming up for you. Information. It's information that, what are we talking about here? We're talking about trust and how to build it, how to maintain it, and how to strengthen it in your relationship. Suma, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. And thank you for the Go Popular, Suma. Appreciate you. So no matter what number you are, there is room to grow. There is room to strengthen, and there is room to perhaps elevate your skills. Are you able to keep the feelings to a minimum after you link with a married gay? Tupac, that's an interesting question, because everybody is different. Everybody is feeling differently. Everyone's connecting differently. So that is a personal question that I can't just come out and give a blanket statement to, because I don't know the situation. So I can only speak for my feelings. I can't speak for anyone else. Is it possible? Yes. Is it often successful? No, because feelings do get involved. We were built to connect. We were built to feel. We are very feeling beings, right? Thank you so much, Charlotte, for the heart me. Thank you for the populars too. Is it good to do it on the first link? I'm assuming you mean, is it good to have schmecks on the first date or the first time that you meet with somebody? Again, that's a question that is only answered by the person involved in the situation. Does it make sense for you in that moment? If it does, that's great. If it doesn't, that also is great. There is no judgment here. People are going to make decisions that are hopefully best for them, and hopefully they put some thought and consideration, and they make decisions with intention, because decisions come with consequences. So if it works for you and the person that you're involved in at the time, great. Is it healthy? That's another really good question, Jeff. Thank you for asking. Again, I don't know your situation. I don't know your emotional health. I don't know your mental health. I don't know what you bring in. Has there been trauma? Has there been experiences that are negative? So if you are a completely healthy, healed individual, which is, let's be honest, not the majority of us, could it be a healthy situation? Absolutely. I say request an STI. Let's STI, a couple of years ago, and I'm not going to spill out a number because I don't remember off the top of my head, but we switched from STD because they're not really, factually, they're not diseases. They're, so we call them STIs. They're infections. So she connects with her own husband, a married guy. What? Hello, homies. I love it. I'm not sure where that came from, honey, but thank you. Jimmy, thank you for the heart me. Ashley, thank you for the heart me. Parody. Okay, everybody, it's Parody's birthday today. Can we all send Parody the biggest birthday snuggles of all time? I hope, Parody, that you are having a great day today and that you are enjoying your birthday. Sending you big birthday hugs. Please, everybody, tell Parody happy birthday in the chat. She is a mod in here, and she is just a fantastic human inside and out. I can't see just doing it a lot with different people. It can't be that healthy. Jeff, I agree with you coming from who I am and what I stand for and my beliefs and my past and all of that kind of stuff. I can't do that either, right? Or I couldn't do that when I was a single individual. But some people are like, everybody's wired differently. So some people can do that. Some people can very much compartmentalize. Ben, thank you for the follow. Some people can do it. Ashley, how are you? Others cannot. If you are looking to build a deep emotional connection, oftentimes emotional safety needs to be built first. That takes time. So it kind of depends where your goals are. Thank you, Gala, for saying happy birthday. No, it's not. Okay, Parody, I wrote down in my book that it's your birthday today. Did I write it down wrong? Are you just saying it? No, it's not. Are you lying to me, Parody? This live is all about trust, Parody. I'm just kidding. Diana, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you. So we're all wired differently. Jeb is my I guess is my point here. Some people don't have a problem at all having schmucks on the first date. Others do. I am not single. I am happily married to a fantastic human. It's June 9th. Why did I write it today, Parody? April 21st. Well, we're celebrating you anyway. We just think you're fantastic. We can celebrate you again on June 9th. Thank you, everybody, for celebrating my little friend, Parody. Why did I write it today, Parody? Anywho, okay, let's talk about why emotional safety is the gateway to trust. Like, if you are looking to increase the level of trust in your relationship, emotional safety is where we need to begin. That's our stepping stone. That's our starting block, right? How do you be 100% safe when doing it? Safe from what? STIs, safe emotionally, safe, like safe is like an all-encompassing word. Like, Jeb, there's a lot to that. So I'm not really sure what you mean by safe. If you're talking about STIs, I mean, the only 100% safe is by abstinence. And if that's not a choice that you're going to make, then you need to make sure that you are safe and you are wearing condominiums. I have to say that on here so I don't get turfed, but you know what I mean. The toques, the hats, the silicone, or they're made out of various different things, but one being silicone. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. STIs. Well, here's a really good one, Jeff. This is what I'm not a beat around the bush kind of person. No pun intended. Thank you, Maggie. If you are adult enough, and I know that sounds stupid, but I'm saying it anyway. If you are adult enough to make the decisions to do adult activities, have a conversation. Like, I see where this is leading, and I really want to jump between the sheets with you. Again, TikTok safe language. but some things need to be addressed first. When was the last time you were checked for STIs? And there are some questions that could be asked. Like, and I know sometimes that takes the spontaneity out of it or takes the spice out of it. Michael, thank you so much for the heart me. I don't care. Guess what? We live in a time where this activity potentially could be life or death or impacts us significantly health-wise, emotionally. So it's time to start asking the questions. If you are an adult enough to do this adult activity, have an adult conversation. So that's another way. Ask, when was the last time they got tested for STIs? Interior, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Let's set this new goal here. You know what? I was looking at these little goals, or whatever the heck they're called. Gifts? I don't know what they're called. And they still have October ones in here, like pumpkins. I mean, I haven't looked lately at a lot of them, but pumpkins. What? Anywho, I mean, I guess you can have pumpkin at any time, but it actually legit said October over the pumpkin. No, we're not in October. We're gonna like ride this spring wave into summer before we hit there. Okay, thank you everybody for helping me reach my Heart Me goal and getting us pushed out a little bit. Because again, I think this topic is wildly important because we weren't taught how to increase trust. We weren't taught how impactful trust is in a relationship. And like, you don't think that trust is going to impact the way that you function in between the sheets. Like, a lot of people don't think about that. It does. It impacts your libido. It impacts your sexual function. It impacts your sexual response. And so like it is important to talk about. So thank you for helping me get this pushed out. If you have somebody in your life, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that. If you have someone in your life that would benefit from hearing about trust and how to increase it, please share this live. Please share it. Because sometimes we have a relationship, or we're in a place in a relationship where uncomfortable things are uncomfortable to talk about. And so I love to be the like mediator, or the one that people blame things on. Like when I do my client sessions, and if I'm doing an individual session and someone's like, oh, I'm afraid to bring that up. I'm like, I get it. Blame it on me. Blame it on me. Okay, Jen, thank you for the heart me. They need to update your gift. They are weird, right? Am I on LinkedIn? Yes, I am. Same name. Actually not Coach Shauna, but Shauna Harris. The information is in my bio. I'm not on LinkedIn a lot, but I am on there. Hi there, beautiful soul. Couldn't have found you at all. Jen, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the marvelous confetti, Maggie, and for the super populars. Appreciate you. And for the go populars. I'll add you. Okay, awesome, Gala. OMG, Kamala is my cousin. I wish. I wish, Ashley. Okay, let's continue talking about why emotional safety is the gateway to trust. Oh, I'm supposed to shake my head. Oh, did it work? Thank you for the surfing penguin. I appreciate you, Maggie. I didn't see if that actually worked, but I saw the little guy. Okay. When somebody, okay, here's why the nervous system is so important. I talked about when we are dysregulated, that cortisol is flooding our body and we are in fight or flight. When we are in fight or flight, there's a lot of things that don't happen. We can, Oscar, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. We cannot be in a rest and digest state, which a lot of people call it. We are in survival mode. So a lot of things get shut off to prioritize our safety. Lady Lisa, thank you for the heart me and for the popular. Appreciate you. Our brain is so incredibly, our body is fascinating because its job is to keep us alive. Nola, thank you for the club cheers. How are you today? Our body's job is to keep us alive. So when we are stressed, and it could be from anything, we go into that fight or flight or fawn. But regardless, your body is being flooded with cortisol. And it's like on high alert. It's keeping you it's surviving. It's a biological response. It's not just a decision. It's a biological response. So when somebody feels unsafe, thank you, Maggie, for the club cheers. I appreciate you. When somebody feels unsafe, the brain activates survival mode, like I said, fight, flight, or freeze, or fawn. The body releases a stress hormone like cortisol, and the brain is scanning for threats. And if you've heard me for any period of time, every 3 seconds we're scanning for any type of threat. So again, when we are activated, when our nervous system is dysregulated, connection takes a back seat. We are in survival mode. Okay, that's really cute. That's really cute. Thank you, honey, for the little surfing penguins. How cute is that? He's got a little hat on. Okay, when somebody feels safe, the brain allows openness, okay? Oxytocin, which is our bonding hormone, is released when we feel safe. And the body relaxes into connection. And so all of these other things can happen when the body feels safe. When we are relaxed, when we are not in survival mode, we have this openness, we have this willingness to be open, where vulnerability then can enter the chat, I guess. And then what happens when we're vulnerable? Increased connection. Increased connection leads to increased desire. Chico is a longtime watcher and rising star. I love it. Butterfly, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Okay, so here's a key point. You cannot build trust with someone whose nervous system feels unsafe. Even if logically they want to trust you, that's not how our body works biologically. It's not. What's the topic today? Nola, the topic today is building trust. It is the foundation of relationships. It is something that is built over time, but can be broken in a second. So how do we build that foundation really, really strong so that when cracks do happen, they don't completely destroy the foundation? Cracks can be repaired a lot quicker than a total destruction of trust. 100% Nola. So many people, I think this is a timely topic, especially with some information that came out last week. Many people are carrying like a heightened vigilance right now when it comes to trust, whether that be in a marriage, in a long-term relationship, any type of relationship. Hey, Jetty, how are you? Daniel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Trust is not just relational, it's societal and it is embodied. Safety has to be felt, not just promised. No way, there's 2 Nolas in here. Oh, Nola, look, you have a twin. Black Sun, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Once that is broken, it is hard to get back. You say a crack. It can even be a small crack. 100%. A crack is a crack. A crack is a crack, and it needs to be repaired. Dan, thank you for the roses so much. And Maggie, thank you for the little surfing penguin. There's my Jetty from Canada. How are you, Jetty? So here's 2 things you can ask. I'm capital Nola. Yes, you are. All caps, Nola. 2 questions you can ask your partner. I was meant to hear what you're saying. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you're here. Oklahoma in the house. Here are 2 questions to ask your partner. Are you ready? These are very connecting questions. You're just working and listening? Love it. Okay, ready? What helps you feel safe with me? I love this question because it is an invitation to a deeply connecting conversation. Philip, I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I trust you to trust is the Father. What helps you feel safe with me? And here's the thing about that question too. There's no assuming in it. Like we all have our beliefs about how our partner's feeling and how we can help them feel a certain way or help them feel loved or whatever. Unless we have the information straight from them, we are assuming. Stop assuming, because that is very disconnecting as opposed to connecting. What helps you feel safe with me? Just like what helps you, like what are some things that I can do to increase your level of pleasure? Stop assuming. Hey, Mohammed, ask. What's the question again? What helps you feel safe with me? That's the first question. Age is just a number. Amen, Mohammed. What helps you feel safe with me? That's the first question. And then please listen, because what is going to come out of your partner's mouth is significant. It is very important information. It could perhaps change the trajectory of your relationship. It will change connection if you listen. Again, listening is probably one of the top skills in a relationship. Hey, Ronan. Question number 2. Thank you for sharing the live, Lady Lisa. I appreciate you. And thank you for helping me reach my goals with the tapping, with the sharing, with the helping me with the gift goals at the top. I appreciate it because it helps us get pushed out. Question number 2. What makes you shut down or pull away from me? Hi, Lizette. Lizette TT, that's your new name. I love how you said your government name yesterday. Here's a great indication that I am not originally from this country, because I said to my husband, honey, what does government name mean? I've never heard that before. Like I don't know that. Hey, Erica, I've never heard that in Canada before. What is my government name? It's just like, what's my name? So when you said my government name, I'm like, what? So I found that interesting. There's another difference that I was not aware of. So cool. Anywho, what makes you shut down or pull away? Again, listen. Because the information that you will be given will help you modify perhaps your behavior in order to increase connection. And when we increase connection, we are changing our relationship. John, thank you for the follow. I am originally from Alberta, Canada. I now live in, I've lived in Arizona, the United States, since like 2008. Alex. Alan, not Alex. Heart tapper. Thank you for the tapping of the hearts. She's from outside Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah, Jetty, I don't share my specifics too much with too many people, but yeah, I am from Alberta. OMG, I was just in Arizona. No way, Ashley. Ashley, come on. You're going to have to come back now. Thank you, Jetty. That's so super kind. I appreciate you. Are you from Halifax? Get out. Somebody else is in here from Halifax. Oh, maybe that doesn't say Halifax. It says Haifa. I don't even know what that means. Thank you for the surfing penguins. Okay, second question. What makes you shut down or pull away? Again, such good nuggets are going to be coming out of your partner's mouth. So please listen. Game changing when you actually listen. Lady Lisa, thank you for the populars. I appreciate you. Those are tough questions to ask someone you don't have a connection with. Yes, Nola. They can be if you look at them that way. Please reset your goal. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate you. They can be tough. It's all about the way you look at something, right? I like to look at uncomfortable conversations or tough questions as opportunities, right? No, thank you. I don't want to battle. Here's why I'm saying this is because looking at those questions as tough questions is fine. Yeah, George, Phoenix, we're actually in Scottsdale, but yeah, Phoenix is neighbors. I like to look at them as potentially tough, but yet such an opportunity to grow, to learn more about your partner. So my view is like, choose your tough. It's tough not being connected and assuming. That's a tough spot that you put yourself in because it's disconnecting. Or it's tough or uncomfortable to ask these questions. I know where I'd want to be. Hi, Swishy. Thank you for the Go Popular, Swish. And Joel, thank you for the finger heart. So choose your tough. Both are hard. I'd rather feel like, oof, this is tough and this is uncomfortable, but I'm going to reap the rewards from it. Does that make sense? Thank you for the populars. I appreciate that. And thank you for helping me reach my my little surfing penguin goal. That was a cute one. I don't know that I've ever seen that little guy before. I'm trying to choose new ones that I've never seen before. Okay, so let's talk about why trust takes so long to build. Because often when I'm working with couples, one or both get frustrated because they're like, why isn't this happening already? Like, I've been doing what you've told me to do for the last 3 weeks and like the needle hasn't moved. Or I've been doing what you've been asking me to do for 4 months and potentially there's been some progress, but like, why isn't it back to where it was before? So much to be said by this. And please understand that you are not alone in this frustration because trust takes time to build. Is there like a specific number? It takes 263 days to build trust. No, there's not. There's so many pieces to trust. And it's dependent on a lot of these moving factors. So let's talk about why it takes so long. Shall we? Okay. I don't know what. I've never seen this one before. Let's do this one. I don't want 15. That's a lot. Okay. Oh, look at those glasses. That's awesome. Thank you for those glasses, Swishy. Love glasses. Swish, how come I didn't see those in the gallery? I need to look. Or in the whatever the heck you call it. I don't know. I'm not the best with these gift things, but those are really cute. Appreciate you. Thank you for the melodic birdies. I love it. Okay. This is where kind of like brain science comes in, okay? Shauna, trust is built over time. It's pretty simple. Everybody should know, right? It's simple to put that statement out there for sure, Jetty, but it's also frustrating when you're in the throes of it and you're trying to build trust. And yes, I understand that trust built like takes time, but time, like think of that word time. It takes time. It's just like saying someday or maybe. Like you don't, there's no solid finish line, right? It's hard. Hi, Marty. How are you? Trust requires evidence over time. So the brain is, remember how we talked about the brain consistently every 3 seconds scanning for a threat? That's what we do. That's how we're wired. That's biologically how we were built. Okay? So this evidence that's required over time is your brain consistently, constantly asking, am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? And we have these things called memories. We have trauma. We have this baggage that we are all building in that is contradicting our like potential like right now situation that I'm safe. I'm safe. Claudia, thank you for the follow. But we have this battle kind of going on. What if your partner has concrete walls? How do you combat that? It's hard, Nola. Coming from one of the best constructors of walls in the business, it's tough because we build walls to protect us, but what we don't understand when we build these walls is that it keeps out the good too. It keeps out the good, it keeps out the negative. So it's tough. And it's a lot of question remember that question that I just asked? what helps you feel safe with me? That is like taking like a chisel and starting to break down those walls, because you are conveying more than just, I want information for you. You're conveying that I am willing to do A, B, C, and D to help you feel safe. What is the correct? That is correct. But as adults, there's a point that trauma needs to be dealt with. Juice box, 100%. 100%. It is taking responsibility for, yes, I've been through trauma and I'm struggling with it and it's affecting my relationships or my daily life, and perhaps I need to do something with it. 100%. I agree. Blair, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. I want to say a whole lot about this trust thing, but it's difficult to voice text. This is how I feel. Yeah, Jenny, I appreciate all your comments for sure. Are you talking about cohabitating couples, Shauna? Mainly so. It doesn't matter. This is honestly, this could be a relationship with anyone. The examples that I am giving are mostly about like a romantic relationship or a long-term relationship, but trust is trust. Like trust is really important in any relationship you have. The ones with your kids, ones with your friends, your whomever it is, co-workers. Trust is trust. And if there has been a breach in that trust, parents for sure, there needs to be some work to repair it. So let's talk about this thing called, hey Blue, how are you? Let's talk about brain bias. Thank you for the taps, everybody, and for the shares. So humans are wired with a negativity bias. We just are. It helps keep us alive. The brain remembers pain more strongly than it remembers pleasure. And this is what kind of screws us a little bit, for lack of a better word. Hey Joe, how are you? One betrayal can outweigh dozens and dozens of positive moments. So there's a belief out there that for every one negative thing that happens in your relationship, research has shown to balance that out, you need 20 positive interactions. Nola, thank you so much for that festival fan. Appreciate that. Win, Nola, in the chat. So let me repeat that. For every one breach in trust or negative thing, or somebody said something rude or were disrespectful or made you whatever, if that fight or flight sets into motion, thank you, Maggie. Win, Nola, in the chat. 20 positive to bring you back to a place where you potentially are feeling safe again. You're hot with this topic today. Yeah, trust is important. It gets me fired up. Maggie, thank you for the love glasses. Those are so funny. I love it. So again, it's called a negativity bias. We all have it. If we're all human here, the brain is going to remember pain more strongly than pleasure. And so how do we combat that? Well, we have to prove to our brain that we are, yes, in a positive place again. So trust is built through pattern recognition. Your brain needs to see a pattern of things being safe in order to fully prove to yourself that this is a safe place. Miriam, how are you, Miriam? 2 days in a row I get to say hi to Miriam. Thank you for the heart me, Miriam. I hope you're well. Thank you for the melodic birdies. Appreciate you, Miriam. Win Miriam in the chat. Okay, so let's talk about this pattern recognition. The brain needs repeated positive experiences. It needs predictable behavior. Thank you for the melodic birdies. I appreciate that. Aren't they cute? Look at Miriam going crazy with the birds. Win Miriam. Thank you, Miriam. Please reset your goal. Thank you for helping me reach my goal. If there are contradictions between words and actions, disconnection increases, trust erodes. So what do we need? Our brain is searching for consistency. When you say you're going to do something, do it. That is proof to your brain that this is a safe place. Let's change this goal. So we need repeated positive experiences. And there's no number on that, repeated positive experiences. Dan, thank you for the finger heart. Because every body is different. So you might need 472 positive experiences to prove to your brain this is a safe place. You might need 15. Dan, thank you for the finger hearts. Every body is different. Blue, thank you so much for the rose. And that's why this trust thing, A, is so important, and B, it can be a little bit frustrating at times. Look at that little sloth. Thank you so much for that little guy. Appreciate that. And it's dependent on how you were brought up, the trauma that you have ensued, the baggage that you bring into the relationship, how you were taught about safety, the role models that were in your life, the beliefs that you were embedded with. There's so many, many things that, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you so much. So many things that impact trust. Okay, let's find another low key one. Let's go for Tom. I know this one's yours, Maggie, but you can't have enough hugs. GP, my thoughts on it are, if it's something that, thank you for the, Maggie, thank you for the Tom's hug, I appreciate you. If it's something that turns you on and your partner is on board with, I think that is fantastic. If it is something that increases the level of intimacy, the level of connection that you have, brings in a spark, makes things start to whatever, like, awesome. If it is something that your partner is not on board with, or that is not comfortable with, perhaps some conversations. We often make judgments, or we often make decisions based on fear because we don't understand the situation as much as we perhaps could. Tay, thank you so much for the heart me. So as a partner, when you are, thank you, Maggie, for the Tom's hug. When you are faced with somebody who is not into a certain something because they don't understand it or they need more information, perhaps it is your job to then help educate. Mass, how are you? Thank you for the heart me. Thank you, user. You have tips to avoid pregnancy. Yes, abstinence, birth control. A lot of people rely on the pull-out method, which I do not recommend unless you are amazing at the pull-out game, because there could be remnants. I'm trying to be TikTok friendly. There is something called pre-cum, which potentially does have swimmers in it. Ashley, thank you so much for that little cute DJ cactus. Angel, thank you for the follow. If women, or the woman in this relationship, is very in tune with her body and understands her cycle extremely well and knows when she is ovulating and understands ovulation, that potentially could be something that you could use. But again, thanks, Jetty. Baby gravy, 100% Lizette. Like, it's not something to mess around with. Here's the thing. If you are going to make the decision to drop your drawers, baby's potentially part of it. IUDs, another. I have a lot to say about birth control. That's another topic, because the pill, depending on your body, decreases libido, has so many side effects. I did not know that. Ricardo, thank you so much. That's kind of you. Is asking your partner, do you trust me, a good thing to ask or a bad thing? That depends on the state of your connection, Nola. Because all too often when that question is asked, it evokes defense mechanisms from, like, busting out of your relationship toolbox. Do you trust me? because they're going to get defensive potentially. If they're in like a relaxed state and you know your partner and you've timed that question to be used in a state where there's no dysregulation and you are both open to have a vulnerable conversation, it could end up beautifully. But I would word it differently. I've been thinking about trust a lot lately, and I understand its importance in relationships, and I want to know if you're willing to talk about it. See, Tay, it like it's not a for sure thing. It's not a for sure thing, because here's something really significant that I want to, I guess significance kind of a weird word. I don't even know why I chose that, but here's an interesting fact. Sperm can stay alive for up to, this isn't the norm, this isn't the average, but up to 7 days. 7 days. That is a massive window. So if you think, yeah, I'm not ovulating until Thursday, we're good to go. Potentially no, because those little swimmers are up there swimming and they're having the time of their life for up to 7 days. Guess what's going to happen? Yes, a lot of them die off. Yes, that environment is very acidic, and so they don't, the majority of them are gone. But it only takes one, and that egg only has to invite one in, and then the miracle of life. Squatch, a lot of different things, but if I were just to say it like very, like just off the cuff, it is when the activity is impacting your daily life in a negative way. When it's impacting your daily life and you are not able to conduct your normal activities because this is getting in the way of. Shauna, I'm going to give you my take on this from a guy's point of view. I'm going to, sure. Trust is trust, Jetty, though. Like, are we talking about getting pregnant, Jetty, or trust? I don't know. A voice to text, so hang tight. I think people would, okay. I'm not sure what we're talking about. A full week, yeah, up to, Lizette. Is that the norm? Absolutely not, but up to. Good thing I've never tried a creamsicle. Oh, yikes. Baby time. Oh, yeah, trust. Okay. But please know, like, trust is trust, whether you are a male or a female. Overtaking other aspects of life and relationships. Yes, two things. We talked about pattern recognition and that the brain needs repeated positive experiences. We need predictable behavior, and we need those words and those behaviors to align. Why does it feel slow to so many of us? Because the brain is protecting you from future harm. It needs proof, not promises. It does not give a rat's arse about promises. It needs proof. It tracks consistency over time, not intensity in moments. From time to time, you ask your partner if you're taking the lead and doing something, you say, do you? From time to time, you ask your partner if you're taking the lead and doing something, you say, I like the word. Thank you, Nola. Why it feels slow. So again, reiterating, the brain needs proof, not promises. Trust is rebuilt not by grand gestures, but in the small, consistent moments that the brain can learn from. I don't know that I saw your question. It could have been filtered out because I don't see it. Sometimes TikTok likes to take comments and delete them if there's been a word in there or if it's been formulated in a way that is not TikTok friendly. Perhaps you can switch it up for me and say it in a different way, and I'd be happy to answer your question. That she trusts you, your partner trusts you. You don't have to get heavily into it. Ask once. when you sow action, not words. Both, Nola. We are creatures that obviously converse and we act. The two of them must align. Hey, Mary, how are you? Can you join? Mr. Smiley. Thoughts on boys with older women. Is that okay? Obviously, I'm going to ask you what age is a boy. Like a boy with a woman, to me, like that's a tough one, because if you're legal, then you're a man, right? You could be like a young man, but you're a man regardless. I'm not into boys or girls with any type of adult situation. A, it's illegal. B, it's not healthy. And C, like trauma. Like there's so many things to say about that. So boys with women, no bueno. It's not okay. If you're of age, you are a young man, that's your prerogative. Really familiar sometimes. I don't know what that means, Nemesis. Maggie, I love it. I'm not sure if he meant like to come up and chat with me. Do we know Mr. Smiley? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm single. I need a boyfriend. Laura, I'm gonna switch that up for you a little bit, okay? You desire a connection, okay? There's so many emotional needs that we all have. Doesn't make us needy, but I want you to switch that up. You desire one. I'm looking for one. A need is something that if it's not fulfilled, negative things are going to happen. Negative things are not going to happen if you're single. And like that's why it takes a village. And it's not just a village to raise a child. It's a village throughout your whole life. We need community. Ashley, thank you for the populars. Because you have your friends, you have family, you have community. I don't want you thinking you need a boyfriend. We need connection, yeah, but we can get that in all different places. If you are looking for Jeff, that's amazing. Look at Jeff. Laura, we might want to check out Jeff. Look at me in here. Good job, Jeff. Love it. Here's the thing. I want you to go to places in which you feel really confident. Thank you for the Go Populars, Ashley. I want you going places where you are not like outside of your comfort zone at first. Because when we go to places where we feel comfortable, we exude confidence. We exude our like authentic energy. And that's going to very much be a magnet for others who are sort of on that level. Love you too, Laura. Thank you for the Go Populars and for the heart me. Good afternoon, Shauna. Do you think it's awkward if you ask someone their body count? Yes. You will be lucky to have a full set of teeth if you ask that, because it's not important. Donna, thank you so much for the capybara. It's not important. It's not your business, and it's not important. And I think this whole the societal belief or attitude that body count is important is disgusting. Donna, thank you so much for the hand heart. Why is it disgusting and not important? Because when you get in said relationship, this person is new to you. It might not be your first. It could be your first. It might be your third or your 20th or your whatever. I don't care. This person is new to you. So exploring their body, exploring what brings them pleasure. You don't have any idea. I don't care how many people you've been with. Stop asking about body count. It's rude, it's disrespectful, it's disgusting. What about diminished levels of oxytocin with too many bodies? Oxytocin is a hormone. So you get oxytocin from doing many things. You get oxytocin from hugging your dog. Blue. I am on Tuesdays at noon PST, and then Thursdays typically at like 3:30 or 4 PST. This Thursday I'll be a little bit earlier, but typically, normally I'm on Tuesdays at noon, Thursdays at 3:30 or 4. So diminished oxytocin, that's not a thing, Jeff. You don't need to worry about that. Oftentimes what's probably getting in the way there, Jeff, is the beliefs that you're telling yourself. Because our brain is our most powerful schmuckshel organ, it believes what we tell it. So if you're telling yourself, too many bodies, this is impacting me, that's judgment, that's like you're changing the way your body responds sexually. Don't do it. My partner has child trauma that is recently affecting our schmuck's life. How do you approach that? Gently, with a lot of support, asking them what they need. What they need in moments of dysregulation, what they need overall. How can I help you feel safe? How can I help support you? I would hope that they are getting the support that they need from a professional. I would highly encourage that, because if there is PTSD involved, maybe some trauma work would be beneficial. You shouldn't have that high of a body count unless you're a hoe, and that's good to know going in. Tab, your comment, please don't mute. Your comment, I thank you for having the courage to write this in here, because it's filled with judgment, Tab. And I don't mean to come down on you, but so many things go into the decisions we make at the time, right? And we are doing the very best that we can do at the time. So if we have made decisions that increase our body count, that doesn't mean we're a bad person. That doesn't mean we're a hoe. That means potentially there was a lot of other things going on. I'm really happy that you wrote that in the comment section, because it's a belief that a lot of people have. And to me, it means that there needs to be some skills elevated and there needs to be some education involved, because people are just trying to survive out there. But there are other things you can do to combat that, Jeff. That's kind of the point that I was trying to make. There's so many other things that you can do to combat that. But if you have those beliefs in your brain, you are validating that initial point, and it's going to impact your hormones. It just will. So there's other things that you can do to combat it. You shouldn't. So Tab, I invite you to perhaps look at it a different way, because your body count doesn't equate to the type of person, the quality, your character. I would hope that could change. My wife has issues from cancer surgery, and I can't imagine cheating on her. I love that, homie. I mean, you made a commitment, right? And depending on what those issues are, homie, things can be like adjusted. Your definition of intimacy expands. What? You have business, madam? May we know? I'm not sure what you mean, Yumin. I am a clinical sexologist and relationship specialist. So my job, my business is doing a lot of coaching. I work with companies nationally and internationally on educating groups of people about human sexuality and relationships. I'm 28. I like older instead of younger. What should I do? 28 is not a boy. 28 is a man. If you like older, if you have not been impacted and are suffering from or navigating some type of trauma with your childhood or your mother, if you have a mother wound, they call it. My goodness. Just doing the puzzle piece. Thank you for being patient. And if you are an overall healthy person, I don't have a problem with it. Age is a number. Hi, Maui. I just arrived home. I'm sending you a big hug, Maui. Going into the trenches. People totally evolve. Like every day is a journey, and potentially we are open to evolving and increasing our level of skill in many different areas. Is this the first time? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you are going into a relationship, you should know everything about that person. Tab, whatever happens before you met that person is their business. I understand having that sense of trust, like we're talking about. If you have that emotional trust, that emotional safety zone of which you can be vulnerable, you can share whatever you want. But please also know that if somebody's number is 1 or 100, it doesn't change the fact that this person you're connecting with, that you're vibing with, that you're having incredibly good conversation with, is an incredible person. It doesn't, like, if you had an incredible connection with somebody and you started to have feelings for this person, and you knew a lot about their background, and you've met their family, and everything is going fantastically well, right? And then I don't know, it doesn't matter. Like time is a weird thing, like I've mentioned at the beginning of the live, but let's say some time has passed and you find out, you assumed that they hadn't had many partners, but then you found out that they had more than you thought. You're going to completely disregard all of the information that you have acquired up until this point and look negatively upon that person because of their number? To me, that's not cool. Deb Orley, thank you so much for the heart me. That says you're making a judgment. It's, we as humans on this planet, it's not our job to judge. That's why there's so many breakdowns in communication and people that are dissolving relationships. People are assuming and making judgments on the other person. Instead of doing that, how about be curious and ask them about their experiences? And if they feel safe enough to let you know and feel that they will not be judged or accused or looked at in a negative light, hey, blessed, then perhaps they'll share. I do not think it's somebody's job to be like to tell every single solitary last detail about themselves to their partner if they don't feel emotionally safe or they don't want to. My partner doesn't know absolutely every single solitary fact about me. We have a beautiful relationship. I mean, am I hiding things? No. But they certainly don't know absolutely every single solitary factual information about me or factual piece of knowledge. In the last 5 years, had the longest honeymoon, 3 years. The last 2 years have been miserable. Jeff, time to look at what's changed. What has changed? What have you been doing differently? What has your partner been doing differently? The first 3 years are not going to change the next 2 if you're continuing to do the exact same things. Paywan, thank you for the follow. Signum, thank you for the follow. I want one-on-one talk. You can reach out to me through DM, and I can set that up. That conversation comes after or during dating, I think. Nola, I'm not sure what conversation about how many people that they've been with. It doesn't matter when. It's just like, if you don't have that piece of emotional safety that you've been working on, it's not appropriate, because I'm not going to be sharing anything about myself if I don't feel safe. I would think asking would make someone lie about the actual number, which starts a snowball effect. Squatch, if they don't feel safe and their defense mechanisms come to play and their brain, remember our brain is, our first job is to protect and to keep us alive. We're scanning for threats all the time. That's a threat if you are not in a safe space. And so potentially it could make somebody lie, or they could say like, I'm not ready to talk about that with you right now. Perhaps when we feel, when we're a little bit closer and our connection's a bit deeper, I'd be happy to. Being transparent is different than okay, I thank you for saying that, Parody, because transparency is important. But the way that question was worded in the chat for me, I read, they must know absolutely everything about you. I don't agree. Privacy and transparency are different. Everyone is entitled to their own privacy. Transparency is important for a relationship. But I have boundaries, and I am going to set them in a way that sets me up for success and sets our relationship up for success. That doesn't potentially mean like displaying every single solitary thing about absolutely everything in your life. No. How do you ask a man, what are we going? Oh. How do we ask a man, what are we doing after knowing each other? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Carm. Do you mean like the status of your relationship? No, you should not, Spra. That's family. That's off limits. Find somebody else. I have a crush on this guy, but I'm realizing he's lustful and misogynistic. Can I change him? You cannot change him. You can change you. And I love that because that's very empowering. So the certain aspects of this person that you have a crush on, you can find in somebody else. Do you want somebody that's misogynistic? You do not. Do you want somebody that's just after you because of your body and doesn't care about the connection, nor do they care about the person that you are or are becoming? No, you cannot change them. Dan, thank you for the finger heart. Deb, thank you for the Tom's hug. I only ask chalantly. Ask about previous long-term relation. Where did that go? Maggie, thank you for the wings. Look at those beautiful wings. Love those. Thank you so much, Maggie. Win, Maggie. Thank you, Deb, for the beautiful roses. Should I speak to my auntie? No, you should not. I said that already. Not a good idea. You're going to cause massive problems in your family, and you can find somebody else that's better suited for you that you're not related to. I only nonchalantly asked about the previous long-term relationships and if there was infidelity. And Jeff, that's valid if that's something that you're curious about. But here's the thing, Jeff, like if you ask with a judgmental tone, if you ask with an accusatory tone, that doesn't make your partner feel safe. And guess what? I'm going to protect myself. If you have a connection and say, hey, like, tell me what happened in your past long-term relationships? How come they didn't work out? Because I don't want to repeat that. I really like you. Like, was there cheating involved? Like, that's fine. Those are inviting conversations. It's not like, geez, you've had a lot of prior boyfriends and you seem to be the common denominator. Like, are you some big like cheater? Like, what's going on here? Because I don't want to get involved in that. Saying the same thing. You're going to get two very different answers, because one is really judgmental and terribly disrespectful and rude. The other one is very curious and inviting, a soft invite. We want to softly invite our partners into conversation. That's connecting. Privacy is a right, but a lie is a lie. 100%. I'm never, ever, ever, ever condoning lying. but like privacy is important. I really feel nice I can do something taboo that I have. I'm glad you're here. That's why I have these things, so we can talk about uncomfortable things and ask questions and get like a non-judgmental, clinically backed or researched or educational factual information, right? Deb, thank you again for those roses. Kelly Beans, thank you so much for the heart me. Our same schmeck's relationship friendships dangerous? Only bread. That's such a good question. And again, that's very dependent on the individuals involved. I have a lot of friends that are males, and I've been like that ever since I was like a younger person. So I am very comfortable having male relationships that are friendships because I can do that. And my husband has females that are friends. Some people can do it, some people cannot. I think there's a lot of not controversial, but there are a lot of beliefs out there that say like no way, can't do it. People, there's no way. And I think that again, making a blanket statement like that over everybody is wrong. Because I think everybody's different. Andy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Jeff is your go-to person. Shauna is, Jetty is your go-to person. You're very sweet, Jetty. I appreciate the support. My friendships have lasted longer than my relationships. I may be asexual. Ashley, based on what you said in some of the comments before, I don't believe that you are asexual. My friendships have lasted longer than my relationships too. Why? Like I have friends that I've had since play school or kindergarten. Obviously, that has outlasted any relationship, any long-term relationship that I have had. That doesn't make you asexual, Ashley. There's a few other things that potentially could, but that'd be a conversation you and I would have to have, which is fine. There are plenty of asexual people that are digging their lives and loving it. My partner and I had no schmecks in 2 weeks. Is that a little long? We see if that's a little long for you, then it's a little long. For others, it's like they have it once a month, they have it once every 2 months, whatever. Like frequency is a very, very personal, individual preference. If it feels like a long time for you, then that's a long time for you. And it's time to have a wee little chat, or someone needs to initiate in your house, Wheezy. I miss you, honey. We haven't been intimate in 2 weeks. I'm excited to do that again. Honey, thank you for the Tom's hug. So how can we build back trust and that feels lost? Love it, Nola. Okay, let's talk about it. Again, trust is not, thank you, honey, for the hugs. It's not rebuilt in grand gestures. It's the small, consistent moments that the brain learns from. And you used to go to the Edmonton games with, I do. In fact, Jetty, my puppies had the Oilers scarves on last night and we won. Two weeks. Is it a disease if a man finishes fast? It is not a disease. You know what it is? It's a combination of a few things. It is what you're telling yourself. It is the body remembers and continues to do what it typically does if you don't elevate your skills or if you don't practice another way. It is not a disease. It's just that you need to learn more about your body. Thank you, Maggie, for the Tom's hug. You need to know how it works. You need to know perhaps some exercises that increase your longevity or your endurance. It's not a disease. Why trust cannot be, thank you for pulling me back on track, Nola. Nola's the track police. I love it though, I appreciate it. Why trust cannot be rushed. Whenever there's pressure, it's a perceived threat. Remember how we talked about threats? What your body does when they see a threat, when it feels a threat? It puts you into fight or flight. You go into defense mode. You're in survival mode. Trust can't be built when you are in that mode. It needs to be built over time, over when your body is in your parasympathetic nervous system. Like it needs to, you need to learn how to bring your body back to a state of ease. Deb, thank you so much for the roses. Because whenever it feels threatened, it's gonna start to go in survival mode again, fight or flight. So pressure, if there's a perceived threat, if there's urgency, that is another like ding, 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 ding to your nervous system. Any type of urgency is going to flood your body with cortisol, stress. And the just trust me, bro, actually does the very opposite. Because the brain's like, why are you saying trust me? And it goes into hypervigilance. Resale. How's the homework? That's awesome. So glad you're back. Spill it, Resale. How'd the homework go? So, trust grows in safety, not pressure. When you are in that sort of safe space, your nervous system is regulated. You are open to being willing to trust, not pressured, and definitely no urgency. Body doesn't like that. Trust is not built like that. So we're gonna, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate that so much. Oh, let's go for this one. Since I'm on the mic. Mike Champ, whatever that means. Hey, landlord. Okay. So trust is broken through a lot of different things. In order to know how to rebuild it, we need to focus on what actually broke it. Hey, Leah, how are you? Maggie, thank you for the Mike Champ. I have a crush on my classmate. How can I make the feeling mutual? You can't make the feeling mutual, but you can convey your feelings, which I highly suggest you do. Trust is broken through inconsistency, emotional dismissal, lack of follow-through, as I mentioned before, broken agreements, the tone. If you come in hot, like really harsh, and you're criticizing a lot, breaks trust. Withholding affection or connection, not repairing after conflict, all of those. The photo behind. I'm not sure what you mean by the photo behind. So I like to say it's like being unalived by 1,000 cuts. Again, it's not just one big thing. It's the small moments of not being heard, not being understood, not being prioritized, not being considered. These accumulate and they erode trust slowly. So let's talk about some daily practices in which build and maintain trust. Thank you, Donald. I am not single. I am happily married. I'm not even married. I'm happily married. How should I get rid of the feelings towards old? Towards old. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, tangible actions. 28-year marriage in a rut. Dad jokes. I love that you're here, dad jokes. Because no matter how long it's been, 8 days, 8 months, 20 days, 20 months, 20 years, 30 years, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. When you are in a rut, you are telling me that it's all it is, dad jokes, is information. We're in a rut. Okay, it's been a long rut, but we're in a rut. How do we get out of this? Okay, this is going to be teamwork. It's going to be, yes, we're in this rut, but where do we want to be? Is it emotional safety and trust that is like a barricade or a hurdle at keeping us in this rut? Where do we want to be? What does your ideal relationship look like with me? Do you think that we could get there in a fill in the blank amount of time? I'd love to do that with you. The easiest way to slowly get out of that rut is to work on all of the elements of intimacy, dad jokes. I'm not talking schmecks, although that's part of it. Not talking schmecks as like the priority right now. We need to start at square one. The easiest way to do that is recreational intimacy. And that is coming up with a list of fun things that you and your partner would like to do. Doing things together releases adrenaline, and it releases dopamine and oxytocin. And those are all kind of like they're kicking you in the pants. They're getting some things moving in your body. And also, after 28 years of being in a rut, you have lost sight of how absolutely amazing your partner is. Start showing appreciation. Thank you so much for doing that for me today. Or you know what I really appreciate about you that I haven't talked about in a long time, and like that's not good on me. I love how funny you are. I love how funny you are. I love that you don't even know how funny you are. Or I love your smile. Or I love the way you walk with confidence. I love how beautiful you are. I love whatever. Hi, Shauna. Emotional safety is a big part of it, Ryan. So, tangible actions. And one sec. I want to make sure that I'm not dad jokes. And if you want some like actual support, reach out to me. I can help you. Den, thank you for the finger heart. Hi, Mark. How are you? So we need consistency over intensity. These all apply, Rayan, right now. So turn up your listening ears. This is building emotional safety. Consistency over intensity. Do what you say you'll do. Follow through on the small things. Number 2 is emotional attunement. Listen to understand, not to defend yourself. Like shut your mouth a little bit more and listen a little bit more. I like to say, thank you so much for that little feather crown or whatever little crown that was, Maggie. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We tend to use this a lot more than these. Please use these. Leah, thank you for the TikToks. I appreciate you. Number 3, here's your word, parody. Transparency. Share thoughts, share feelings, share your plans openly, and remove the guesswork. That's being transparent. Don't buy gifts on special occasions. If she wants it, I say don't buy gifts on special occasions. If she wants it, I say get it and don't wait. Here's the thing about that, Dad. I think doing those ritualistic special things on special occasions, so important. But I also see if you want it, you don't have to wait. But 2, like gifts need to be done on special occasions to make them feel special. It is their special day. So I like both sides. Please don't say, oh, I didn't get you a birthday gift this year because you said you wanted fill in the blank and you got it for yourself. So I just decided not to get you a birthday gift because you already got it for yourself. No, think of something else. Make them feel special. People need to feel chosen and need to feel desired and need to feel special, heard, seen. Those are all emotional needs. We all have them. You call those antennas? Thank you for the Go Popular, Shauna. That was so pretty, wasn't it? Oh, that was the Mike Champ. Meg, I don't know why it looked different with the filter over top. I have I swiped it to the right, and so it kind of blackens the screen, so I really can't see myself. Your comments are just a lot bigger, and it just looked different. There, okay, I see that now, Maggie. Thank you, Maggie. How should I get rid of these feelings for old peeps? Miss Mazook, thank you for the rosas. It takes time. Dan, thank you for the populars. I appreciate you. It takes time. It also takes you being willing to see other things and be open to other people. I often use the analogy of a driveway, okay? Liz, thank you so much for the heart me. And Diana, thank you for the roses. Liz, thank you for the roses and more roses. Thank you, everybody. If your driveway, let's say you have a double garage, okay? If your driveway, your car is in the garage and your old partner is your old partner's car is in the garage, there's no room for anyone else. And I know this is a weird comparison, but I like to use this because as soon as you allow that car to go, there's space for somebody. So in other words, like if you are open to having that new space filled, then opportunities are going to come your way. If you are still watering that grass and focusing attention on the old person and old feelings, they are going to be maintained because that's where you're focusing your energy. Focus your energy on new. Focus your energy on moving forward. We do not have a rear view mirror strapped to the front of our face for a reason. We are pointing forward. Feet face forward. We move forward for a reason. You have to be open. So, number 1 is consistency over time. This is building, maintaining that trust. 2 is emotional attunement. Listen to understand, not to defend. Reflect back what you hear. Such an incredible tool to use in communication. Dana, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fam. Glory to Jesus indeed. Reflect back what you hear. Hey, this is what I just heard you say. Is that right? Oh my gosh, no, that's not what I meant at all. Or yes, that's very much what I meant. Self-pleasure on here, dad jokes, TikTok language. Self-pleasure during the week because schmecks only once in a while feel undesired. What's wrong with me? Nothing, dad jokes, is wrong with you. Again, we all have that need to feel desired. And self-pleasure is, I recommend self-pleasure because when you don't use it, you lose it. I recommend self-pleasure because it very much increases your erectile health, men and women. And if your frequency doesn't align with where you want it to be, dad jokes, time to have a conversation with your partner. I love feeling close to you. I want to feel close to you more. How would you feel about increasing our frequency? I'd love to have a chat about it. What if you are not being reciprocated the same? Again, time to have a chat. This is what I've been experiencing lately. Nola, this is for you. Miss Mizzou, thank you so much for the Sunday. This is what I've been experiencing lately, and I just kind of wanted to share it with you. 1, thank you for the follow, but she's schmexual abuse victim from childhood. Doesn't matter, dad jokes. Like, she is either working through that or she's in a state where she's like stunted and not growing. Thank you so much for that, Mike Champ. If she is in a state where she is not moving forward, I would encourage you to get some support. Because if it is impacting your relationship, that's information. Right? Oh, Shauna, thank you. Thank you for the populars. Definitely not working through it. Okay, so then that's why. It's not on you. And dad jokes, here's the thing. You are taking it personally, right? You said, I don't feel desired. It's not you. It's the fact that she's not working through what she needs to work through. And again, not being accusatory, not being judgmental. It's just information. So honey, I've noticed that our schmeck's life isn't kind of what it used to be, or it just feels a little bit like, I just feel a little bit disconnected. And I'm wondering, like, do you need support? Like, what do you need from me? And I understand that memories are painful. I do get that. I was in an abusive marriage, so I get that. But at the same time, the grass grows where we water it, right? And if we are wanting to get out of this uncomfortable place that we're in, where trauma is kind of driving our ship, fear sets in, and we are not walking through life as comfortable as we could be if we had the support. Maybe it's time that she needs some support. Resale, you did what coach told you. How did it go? Oh, resale, I'm so excited to hear about this. So excited. Resale, bring it. I don't think I did that quite right. Come on. Okay, so we have consistency over intensity. We have emotional attunement. We have transparency. Next one is repair quickly. What do I mean by that? I'm going to tell you. When we have conflict in our relationships, of which I think is awesome. People are like, no, because if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be fighting. Yes, you should. You're two very different people. Danielle, I was thinking about you yesterday, Danielle. I hope you weren't bombarded. Well, I hope you were, because I hope it was massively busy. But I hope that you are able to rest today. Thank you for the love you so much. Cherry, my little cheerleader. First time I come into your live. Well, thank you for the follow, Munkar. Welcome to the fam. So, two different people, two different backgrounds, two different everything, two different brains. If you are not disagreeing on something, that's a red flag for me. I don't think that fighting is like, yay, you need to fight every day. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying conflict is an incredible opportunity to better understand your partner. But here's the thing with conflict. If you don't have the skills to repair it, you're causing disconnection as opposed to connection. I thought I did, Maggie. Yeah, I did. Consistency over intensity, Rayan. So do what you say you're going to do is the first one. So when we get to repair, I want you addressing the disconnection early. Don't let it linger. The silent treatment doesn't work. It's very disconnecting. In fact, it is a destroyer of relationships. Don't do it. Take responsibility without being defensive. Maggie, thank you for the money, pew pew. Okay, resale. I started painting and drawing again. I love that, resale. And what is that doing for you? How do you know if she really loves you or she's a gold digger? Well, what are her behaviors tell you? Words are great, but do they align up with the behavior? There has to be a reciprocity there. There has to be give, there has to be take. If all she is doing is taking, that's good information. So repair quickly from conflict. Again, conflict is amazing if you use it as an opportunity for connection, to understand each other better. But also understand that repair is important, and there needs to be accountability. There needs to be accountability paired with changed behavior. And so connection can then grow. Emotional safety can increase. Is the first step always the man's job? No, Rayan, not necessarily at all. And I don't know what you mean by first step, like initiating a conversation with somebody new. I mean, it can be done both ways, but both people like to be pursued. Sometimes I feel less than. Schmex is not good, doesn't help situation. Dad jokes. So again, there's another conversation. And I would have that with you in that, like, what does that mean to you? When you say Schmex is not good, what does that mean? And how come you feel less than? Hi, Sally. That's a conversation. Maybe you could reach out to me, Dad jokes. Number 5 is an appreciation ritual. A question like, hey, like, how'd your week go? Like, what is something that I did this week that made you feel loved? Or what went well between us this week? Just off the top of your head. Here's your homework. Yes, resale. I'm giving you more homework. I feel like I don't satisfy her. Okay, dad jokes. I love this comment. I love this comment so much because here's when your brain comes in and takes over and A, obliterates connection, B, is making assumptions, and C, it's messing with your sexual function. What you tell yourself impacts what happens below the waist. Ask her, what do you like between the sheets? Or that's kind of like a weird question. You could even ask, hey honey, I was thinking about all the things that you do that make me feel pleasure, that make me feel special, that make me feel whatever your word is. I want to know the same for you. Like, would you be open to having that conversation with me? Like, do you like when I play with your hair? Do you like when I kiss your neck? Do you like when fill in the blank? Again, this needs to be TikTok friendly information. Danielle, thank you so much for the money, pew pew. Let's knock our coach's gift goal. Let's knock it out of the park. Ashley, thank you for the tiny little bunny. Appreciate you. Win Danielle in the chat. Here is a micro exercise for you. A teeny little piece of homework. Resale. Ready? You got your pen ready? You don't need a pen. Hopefully you can remember this, or you can put it in your notes. Tonight, share one thing that you appreciate about your partner, with your partner. I like to get my couples into doing this daily. Oh my gosh, that's so much. No, it's not. There's 24 hours in a day. With the interactions that you have with your partner or with whomever you are trying to increase trust with, it doesn't matter what it is. Please share an appreciation. We all need to feel appreciated. I am originally from Canada. I live in Arizona right now. Share one appreciation. I really appreciate it when you, thank you, Maggie, for the money, pew pew. Like something I really like. I'm trying to like broaden your horizons of what, like how you can, like you can pull anything in. I love how kind and polite my husband is when we go out to restaurants. I love that. I very much appreciate that about him. That is one thing that attracted me to him. He's incredibly polite and he is incredibly kind. That to me is important. I appreciate that about him. That's one thing you could say. Or, I mean, there's so many different things you could say physically about your partner. I love your butt. I appreciate looking at you naked or not naked. I just appreciate looking at you. I appreciate, or I love your smile. I love your bald head. I love your hair. Man, you look good in those jeans. Like one thing that you appreciate about your partner. Thank you so much for making like an incredible dinner tonight. Or I noticed that you shoveled the walk. Thank you so much. That is a myth, Rayan. That is not the case at all. If you are attracted to girls who don't like nice guys, you have some work to do on yourself. Because the girls that you're attracting to you are not ready for commitment, or they may be commitment fearful, or whatever it may be. So that tells me information about you. And this isn't like accusatory or judgmental at all. It's just that what we are attracting says a lot about us. So what do I need? Like, I need to work on potentially the relationship with myself first. Maggie, thank you so much for the money, pew pew. We have to set the tone in our relationship. Rebuilding trust is possible, but it requires some things. Okay, here's another thing, Dad. One of your main love languages might be words of affirmation, okay? I don't know you. I am just throwing that out there based on your comment. If that is something that makes you feel loved, potentially is a love language of yours, like one of the top ones. If you always give it, you are showing love how you want to receive it. Not a bad thing, But understand that if your partner does not know your love language, if she does not know how you best feel loved, you're talking two different languages. So now you can walk away from this live, and when you have a chat with her next, say, you know what, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, and I've noticed that I feel really loved when you say to me, I don't know what it is, but I really feel validated. I really feel like I feel super loved when you say fill in the blank. And I've noticed that a lot about myself lately, and like words of affirmation like mean a lot to me. And it was just kind of a light bulb moment that I had this week, and I just wanted to share it with you. Because when we bring something to somebody's attention, most likely that pattern will be repeated. It doesn't matter if we're 2 or we're 200. We like to feel like we're doing something right. And so if our behavior is acknowledged, it will be repeated. Thank you for the hand hearts, Maggie. Rebuilding trust requires a willingness from both sides. It requires accountability. It also requires time and consistency. So let's look at this framework. Deb, thank you so much for the hand hearts. Appreciate you. Thank you, Shauna. Someone's at my front door. I don't know what it was. The little muffins decided to be vocal. Here's the framework. There are 5 steps in this framework that we're going to go over quickly. Are you ready? Building trust. Number 1, full accountability. I don't want any minimizing of anyone's feelings or behavior. I don't want any deflecting. I don't want projecting. I hurt you. I see it. I own it. I will change my behavior. That's what we need. I hurt you. I see it. I own it. I'm going to change my behavior. That is full accountability. It's not, well, I guess I hurt you, or I'm sorry you're hurt. No. I hurt you. I see that. I understand how I hurt you. And I own it. I feel terrible about it. I love you to bits, and I don't want to be the reason that you're hurt. I'm going to change my behavior. That is accountability. Number 2, transparency. Roast beef, thank you for the heart me. How are you? I am a clinical sexologist and relationship coach. That's what I advise. I advise usually individuals or couples working on certain aspects of their relationship. Transparency phase is number 2. This is where increased openness, thank you, user, for the little wink wink. Increased openness builds safety. So when you answer questions with a willingness and with patience and with like a calm kind of tone that's not defensive, that is going to very much increase your trust building process. Thank you, Jerry, for the populars. I tried that. I like it. It avoids fights for no reason. Yes. So number 3 is consistent behavior change. I don't want promises. Roast beef, thank you so much for the money, pew pew. I don't want promises. I don't want words that are not backed by behavior. I don't want words that are not aligned with behavior. I want, if you say you're going to do something, do it. I don't want words. I want a consistent pattern of behavior that is showing my brain that this is a safe place. That is how trust is built. Thank you, Maggie. Not just words. I want words coupled with new behavior or consistent behavior that positively impacts your relationship. Okay. Number 4, are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble. Okay. Confirm about 14 million times. Thank you everybody thank you Sanchez for the rose. Thanks everybody for tapping me. We're at 90. Can we get to 100 in like 5 minutes? Let's do it. Number 4 is emotional processing space. That's kind of like a lot in one mouthful. Deb, thank you for the roses. Here's where the hurt partner needs to come in here. Because again, remember how I said it takes 2? How to deal with arrogant and very self-confident women. Francesco, I'll be right back. I just want to finish this. Oh, Jetty. Jetty, if you send me a DM, I can walk you through it. Okay. The hurt partner needs space. So giving them that space, that safe space where they can feel without being judged or being accused of anything, or without the fear of rejection. Give them that space where they can be free to feel, where they can be free to ask any questions without fear, and things can be revisited. Emotional processing space. Thank you, One Love, for the love you. And thank you, Blue, for the donut. It takes 2 to tango, but if you're... Ashley, I'd love to meet you. I just think you are a complete riot. I love it. Okay, emotional processing space is incredibly important because it provides a container for trust to be built. Feelings can be talked about without judgment or fear. Questions can be asked from a place of curiosity, not judgment, not anything negative or disconnecting. Number 5, rebuilding safety first. Not just trust, but safety. If we focus on making the nervous system feel safe again, guess what happens to trust? Increases at a quicker pace. Why are girls judging now? Why are now, even though he can't change it? This is body shaming. I mean, body shaming is not a new thing. Preferences are not a new thing. We come out of the womb with preferences. So I don't think this is a new thing where girls are judging you're too tall, you're too short, or guys are judging your boobs aren't big enough, you're too this, you're too that. Like this is not a new thing. How you respond to it, that's the only thing that you can change. You can't change your height. I'm 5 feet tall. Do you know how many times I wished upon a star that I would grow? Doesn't happen. So I understand that it very much cannot change. But it's, again, the relationship that you have with yourself, Rayan, the confidence that you can exude. You know you're something. I don't care how tall you are. That to me means that there needs to be some reflection, some internal work done there. She reads romance novels, smutty ones sometimes. You know what, dad jokes? I love that she does that. Don't think of that as a bad thing. You know what that does? That is helping her desire and arousal, that sexual response cycle, stay where we want it to stay. So a lot of people think, oh gosh, my wife, my girlfriend, my partner is reading smutty books. That's a bad thing. She's replacing me with them. No. Sometimes is a good thing. Okay? It's like what we call erotica, and it does something to the brain. That's why there was such a massive there was a crazy time when those gray something, what were those books called? Something gray. I don't know what the heck they were called. But so many women were into that, and then to reading all those, and then their husbands were like, oh my gosh, my wife is so incredibly horny. There's nothing wrong with those if they are not replacing the partner and the connection there. My wife is also 60. I love that. I have clients that are 75, 83. I don't care about her age. We need to make sure that she's taking care of herself sexually and non-sexually. 50 Shades of Grey. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Jen. And Lev. Look at all these people remembering. Thank you, Par. Do you post these lives on? Yes, Shauna, I am going to. I have a bank of them in my storage, and hubby is going to help me upload them all. So we need to focus on making the nervous system feel safe again. Because when it feels safe again, when you can help provide that safe space for your partner, coupled with learning how to dysregulate, learning to regulate your nervous system. For those of you who get dysregulated, get triggered, get anxious, get whatever, if you don't know how to walk yourself down from that and to regulate yourself, you've got some homework to do. Figure out if music helps, if exercise helps, if talking to somebody helps, whether that be somebody in a specialized space, or whether that be your best friend or your mom or whomever that might be. Meditation, prayer, some type of activity, whatever it might be. Figure out what helps you regulate your nervous system. This is going to help you in the building emotional safety department. Because again, when you are dysregulated, you cannot be in a place of trust, pleasure, or anything in that realm. So important truth here. The person who has hurt does not heal on your timeline. So you might have this timeline, well, oh my gosh, like it's been 3 months. Like, I don't understand why my partner does not trust me. Well, they're on a different timeline, and everyone is on their own timeline. Alan, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Communicate your needs clearly. Avoid weaponizing the past repeatedly, please. Focus on what you want to focus on. Thank you, Maggie, for the you're awesome. If you want to focus on connection, but also understand that it starts with emotional safety. Stay open to noticing change. See what you want to see. Because I think that all too often we're focused on the negative aspects of our partner, of the relationship. And if that's where your energy is focused, that is more of what you are going to see. There are people who don't get anxious. There are. Because they very much learn to regulate. They might get anxious, but they know how to regulate quickly. So, if you notice that you or your person is struggling with trust on like a consistent basis and you're doing absolutely everything, invite them, or I would invite you to go chat with somebody and explore past traumas, explore your attachment styles, explore your childhood experiences, explore previous relationships. Trust isn't just about this relationship. It's about your history with safety. And if we are not aware of this, it will impact. Do you know that you can have many soulmates, like not romantic ones even? I do know that, Ashley, and I love that. Sometimes your partner isn't paying for what they did. They're paying for what somebody else did. And if that is the case, we need some support here. Can the level of trust in the couple play a key role in the quantity? 100%, Francesco. And why? Is because emotional intimacy, trust plays a massive impact in libido, in arousal, in the willingness to be open. A massive impact. So, a couple other questions you could ask your partner. Let's summarize this. Number 1, what does trust look like to you? Another one, what breaks trust for you very quickly? And what in your mind helps rebuild it? That's going to give you a lot of insightful information. And if you want to continue talking about this on Thursday, we can totally do that. I agree with that, Mary Henry. What if they caused hurt, but they say they are hurt? Gardenia, that requires some conversation, because when we project onto others, it's very disconnecting, and it's not going to help you in the trust department, the emotional safety department, in the connection department at all. Blacker Tony, how are you? Thank you for the populars. The movie sucked, Shauna. That's funny. Oh, Sally, you better get on that. Can the level, yes. Francesco, I don't remember your initial question. Can the level of trust, I did that one. Okay. All right. If you want to continue this chat, thank you for you're amazing, Blacker. I appreciate you. And thank you for the hand hearts, honey. If you want to continue this chat on Thursday, we can continue to do so. If you want to talk about something else, we can also do that. Maggie, thank you for the beautiful bouquet. Thank you for spending your time with me today. And if you are on your own this afternoon or this evening, please do something kind for yourself. You're doing okay. I want you doing better than okay, Blacker. Thank you for the Tom's hug, Maggie. I appreciate you. I don't know how to DM. Okay, Jetty. See on the top left where it says coach, tap on that and you can go to my profile. And, oh, no, you don't even have to do that. Yeah, you're at my profile. And then there's a little button that says message, and just push message, and then you can send me a little message. Francesco, if I did not answer your question, send me a message and I will answer it. Okay is better. Okay is better. Well, I like that progression, Blacker Tony. I like that. I like that. Please know that I am sending you a large hug, and the music was by far amazing. If you are on your own, I said this, please do something kind for yourself. If you are with somebody else, Maui, thank you so much for the hand heart. Please do something kind for them. I will be back on Thursday. I'm coming early because we have something planned later in the afternoon. But if you would like to come and visit me Thursday, I will be back on Thursday. Canadian surprise. I love a little Canadian hug. I am from Canada, Canadian surprise. So anytime I see fellow Canadians, I am over the moon. Thank you so much for coming today and for having this chat about trust and emotional safety, because I think it's very impactful. It is game-changing when you understand the whys and can actually put the information and make some changes. Awesome, Jetty. Thank you. Because you can change the fact that you're in a rut, or that trust is not being built, or that you feel disconnected. You can change it. You don't need to stay stuck. And if you would like some support, I'm here for you. Thank you for oh, awesome, Maggie. Thank you, everybody, for all the taps. Look at that. We made it to 110. So proud of you all. Thank you so much. Thank you to my fantastic mod squad. I love you so much. Oh, yes. I just forget that. I forget the names sometimes. I do remember Sonia Blaine. Okay, nice to see you. And I appreciate you coming in. So take care, everybody. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you for the taps, the shares, the reposts, the gifts. It does not go unappreciated, and it means the world to me. So I will see you on Thursday. Take care of yourselves and love you all. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.